Welcome everyone back to my channel. I am Clive and we're going to do an amazing video here today. We're going to show you the trailer of a series of unfortunate events, season 3. Now, alright, this is amazing. I love this show with a defining passion. I was obsessed with this show when I was a child and I cannot wait for this. This is the spoilers section to where I will be like literally spoiling major things. Huge major things. So if you're not into that type of thing, please do not watch this video. I will be spoiling things that I think is going to happen in the show, and I am going to be spoiling heavy material from the books because I am an obsessed avid reader of the books, as I just read them just recently, like a day ago. I finally got to finish the whole series. Anyway, without further ado, let's watch this trailer in 3, 2, 1. Have fun.
Where in the world have you been and how did you get here?
It began when our parents told us to take a rickety trolley to Briny Beach.
I have some very bad news for you children.
Your home was destroyed and you're orphans now.
We went to live with Count Olaf.
He threw Aunt Josephine to the leeches.
He conspired with Esme Squalor.
And Carmelia Spats.
He kidnapped the Quagmire triplets.
He murdered Jacques Snicket in the village of Foul Devotees.
You can't prove that.
Spopilers, I need your help.
This is the most important mission in VFD history. Let's not hesitate.
Aye, aye.
You disappoint us, Olaf. The Baudelaire fortune is small potatoes. No, I'm pretty sure it's money.
Your submarine's ready.
I will end VFD once and for all. Come to Papa!
Please arrive by Thursday to the last safe place.
The Hotel Denouement.
Say you'll volunteer.
Of course we will.
This hotel is packed with familiar faces.
Our enemies are getting bolder. We could all be in danger.
I will get my revenge on everyone!
What do you think they're up to, baby?
Trouble.
Things aren't always what they seem, Baudelaires.
Our parents were training us for VFD and we didn't even know it.
We can't live on the run forever.
Don't you have any burning questions? Any unsolved mysteries? Don't you want to know what happens next?
What happens next?
Violet, Klaus, and Sonny Baudelaire. My name is Lemony Snicket.
It's blood.
How wonderful. I'm actually super excited. Okay, so let's get through this really quickly because there's a lot to discuss what this trailer shows you. Okay, so first off, we're going to start right here. This is obviously the Baudelaires coming back from the Grim Grotto from the Queequeg, and they are seeing Mr. Poe. Right after they see Mr. Poe, they're going to be taken by Kit Snicket from the yellow taxi cab, far from where it's supposed to be, from back over there. Now, continuing on, I believe when they're talking about all of this stuff throughout the season 1 and 2 is what's going to happen during the Hotel Dumont moment. But we'll get later into that, as I will say more about that later. All right. Here's Kit Snicket driving them off to the hotel. Yes, here's Kit Snicket driving them off to where they're going to go to the Hotel Dumont. She's going to just leave them off there. And then here's the Queequeg, where Fiona, Captain Wittershands is. And if you remember, if you are any of the book avid readers, the Fiona's brother is the Hook-Handed Man. And we will definitely probably see that relationship throughout this story. And they'll probably discuss more about the mysteries behind it as well. Probably give more of bigger hints. Here's the map that she is. She's a, I don't even remember the name of it anymore, but she's like a map reader type of a deal. And she teaches Klaus how to read maps and how to translate the wave formations and everything of the water. And what they believe is the Sugar Bowl is at GG. What GG is, we'll discuss in a moment. Now, here's Fiona with her little patch, her triangle glasses. I really love all of the costumings and everything that they have done. I think it's brilliant and great. I myself am not a costume person, but as much as I try to make my own costumes sometimes, like the skill that comes into doing this, I think is just amazing and mind-boggling. Anyway, I'm so also happy that they get these children in while they're still young, so it's still believable that they're like still the young Baudelaires, that they grow up through this adventure. Now, yep, New Year begins exactly on New Year's. I can't wait for that. Oh, this is awesome. So, these two people, okay, this is the man with no hair but a beard, and a woman with hair but no beard. These two are supposed to be very menacing, even more menacing than Count Olaf. And as if you see, he is even a little bit kind of skittish, standoffish with them. They have a lot more scary aura to them. I'm very intrigued to see how they will use these people in the TV show. Hopefully they get to have more discovery with them. One of the theories that I believe is these two actually recruited Count Olaf into the schism part of VFD. That's what I believe. This is all theories and speculation because there is no true definitive answer, because Lemony Snicket, David Handler, was very subtle with everything, which is awesome, which is cool, which is why it becomes where I became so amazing to today. Yes. Also, something really cool that you're going to find out is the two white-faced women. In the books, they leave Count Olaf in the slippery slope. So the very beginning of season 3, the two white-faced women, I hope we get to see them walk away from Count Olaf and say, we're done. Because they were orphans. They had another sibling. They were triplets. But that one died in the fire. But Count Olaf rescued the two white-faced women and brought them into a life of crime. And they've had enough, and they decided to leave Count Olaf, which is fascinating beyond belief to me. I love it. All right. And I'm hoping they do a musical number in this, because it looks like they're going to. Something that I was kind of sad about. This guy. The guy who's supposed to be a man and a woman. You don't know if he is a man or woman. He wasn't supposed to have come with Count Olaf after the hostile hospital. When the hospital burns down, he was supposed to be in there, and it's alluded that he did burn down with the hospital. But, so things could change. These two white-faced women probably, if they choose so, maybe not leave Count Olaf, but that's such a pivotal moment for their character development and everything. I couldn't imagine David Handler changing that. Okay. Continuing on. The misfortune ends. Yes, it's true. So, obviously, Count Olaf, every episode we see him more than what we normally do in the books, because it's Neil Patrick Harris, it's whatever. But I believe here in the Grim Grotto 2 episodes, we're going to see him when he actually gets the octopus submarine and his journey to go undersea to get the Baudelaires and find the Sugar Bowl. We see it descending down. We see, I don't know whose hand that is, but somebody's pushing buttons. Alright. There is the octopus that Count Olaf drives. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. Okay. And this is, okay, here.
Once and for all. Come!
Oop. Is that the thing? Is that where he says it? Hold on.
NVFD once and for all. Come!
Yes. his mission is to end VFD. That's his main goal. But one of his little goals that he does is the Spopilers, that to take their money and to take all these other people's money. And we'll see that more in the Hostile Hospital. Anywho, I just want to point out all this beautiful architecture and design and detail that they put, and even the maps and everything. And there's so much detail, and yet it's still simplistic, and that's beautiful how they did that. Okay, continuing on. Okay, so you will see Esme and Carmelita in the rest of the books. Not the rest of the books, I'm sorry, in the rest of the TV show, except for the last 2 episodes, which is the 13th book. That is basically between Count Olaf, the Spopilers, and Kit Snicket. Because they're not needed anymore. They're really not. We don't know what will happen to them during the burning of the Hotel Dumont, but I can't wait to see it. Uh-oh. So during the Queequeg, when they try to find the Sugar Bowl, they get a secret message from VFD, and VFD has a lot of these different types of secret messages and different names of how they analytically tell their other members where to find them and how to find them. And it's like through all these secret codes. And this is one of them, where it tells them that they have to go to the Hotel Dumont. And here's the Hotel Dumont. Now, since this is major spoilers discussion, I'm going to tell you, this is where the library is, where all the VFD's things are, and everything is, when the Spopilers are trying to find it in the hotel, which it's not. It's right here, under everybody's noses, the most obvious place. But anyway, here is Kit Snicket still taking the Spopilers to the Hotel Dumont. By this time, the Spopilers do not realize all the treachery that is VFD quite yet. Throughout the whole series, VFD is brought out to be this noble, beautiful organization, but then we later learn that it is not as noble as we think. That there is problems in it, like how there's problems in everything else in the world. And because there is problems and there is no real right or wrong answer, that's how schisms are created. And no matter what, treachery will always be afoot. So that's when they say they would love to be volunteers. Yes. The beautiful hotel. This is the clock bell, where you're gonna hear it. I hope we get to hear it, and I hope it definitively sounds like wrong, 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 because that'd be so cool, just like from the books. I hope. And that's where Dewey comes from. Dewey comes from out here from the book. So hopefully we get to see a cool descending, like, shadow of Dewey. Dewey, we all know, is the triplet of Ernest and the other guy. I can't remember his name, but doesn't matter right now. I'll tell you guys later. In the hotel, we're going to see Jerome Squalor. We're going to see Mr. Poe. We're going to see Vice Principal Nero. We're going to see the taxi cab driver. We're going to see Carmelia Spatz as May Squalor. We're going to see the waiter guy. I don't even remember his name. That's sad. We're going to see Kit Snicket again. Well, that's probably still at the beginning when she drops them off. Once she drops them off, she doesn't come back at the Hotel Dumont. She has to go and continue her own search and her own thing. But we will see a lot more than just that. There's a lot more. In the books, there were Sir and Charles. And we get to see how everyone in there is somehow affiliated with VFD, and how everyone is either on the wrong or right side of the schism. And that will start to get blurred quite, like, a lot during the Hotel Dumont 2 episodes. In VFD, they use a lot of animals to do their bidding. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but in this case, it's obviously as bad as these bad guys use eagles to kidnap children, the scouts in the main mountains. And I just want to preface how amazing this set looks. Like, this is real. Everything is real except for obviously the sky, because that's green screen, but I'm super happy with just them creating a real thing, you know? To me, that's what captures realism to me. Anyhow, I don't remember this part in the books. I don't recall anything like this. So this is something new from the television show, that we're going to see the birds, the eagles, take them away, and we're going to see all those different fires. I'm assuming those fires are to other VFD headquarters and children's parents' homes being destroyed. It's probably not just one or the other. It's probably both. And we get to see the destruction, like, worldwide kind of a deal, which is really cool. Here's just a little cute moment that happens there. And so far, they're being very careful not to show any of the henchmen after this one. They're being very careful about that, which is funny to me. Huh. Okay. That might mean that they're trying to hide the fact that henchmen are going to be leaving or dying or whatever. Alright. I'm super stoked for this. When she falls down and becomes the dragonfly and in front of these two people. Because these, I bet you anything, these three have a history. They have to have a history, and I bet you we're going to see a flashback of some sort with them. And did anybody catch this dragonfly resembles the dragonfly of Beatrice during season 2? I just think that has to be like a symbol for something. And I don't know what yet. We'll obviously see when it comes out. Here's when the three Spopilers go into the cave of Gigi, and this is when they find the Medusoid mycelium from what Justice Strauss said to them a long time ago. The most deadly fungus in the world. Now, VFD made this area. They carved this area out, and they used this as a secret headquarters to grow the Medusoid mycelium. And there was this, I can't remember who it was, but there was this guy who was creating it. And I believe it was Kit who was trying to tell him, don't do it. If you do it, then you're just going to be as bad as the rest of them. We don't fight fire with fire. We make the world a safer place. So, that's going to show you how people teeter-totter on either side of the schism, and how they believe they're doing the right thing on either side. And it's going to get cool. Alright. The Eye, of course. Here are the Spopilers at the Hotel Dumont in their uniforms. Again, costuming, amazing. But I don't need to keep on talking about costuming. There's a little Sunny pushing the sleigh down. I can't exactly remember what that was too. But if anyone does, please write it down in the comments below. Please have a discussion of theories in the comments below, because this is amazing. I love this series with divine passion. I would love us to have theories and stuff about this. So, before the actual season comes out. Or even when it does. Because I'm sure there's going to be still a lot of mysteries unsolved. Here is Alright, so Duncan and Isadora, you know they're triplets. And we saw him in the first season, and never again until now. But here he is, the triplet. I can't remember his name right now. Dang it. But anyway, doesn't matter. He is alive, and when the Baudelaires saw that, for the TV show, that tape that had Lemony's brother say there's still a survivor in the fire, he never said which fire. Unfortunately, it's not the Baudelaires' fire, it was the Quagmire's fire, and this one was the one who survived, not Beatrice or Bertrand, which is, Bertrand is the father and Beatrice is the mother of the Baudelaires. Okay. We're going insanely fast here. Alright. Note this. Okay. So the man with a beard but no hair and the woman with hair but no beard are supposed to be a part of the justice system here. Major spoilers, remember? So, I believe they're off. We don't see them because we shouldn't be seeing them yet. If they don't use them here, then I think they're using a huge disservice. I'm at 50-50 with that, thinking that I don't know if they're actually in the scene or not. But in the books, they are, and they use blindfolds to literally blindfold everybody up. But as you see, nobody's blindfolded. So they're obviously doing something different in the ending of the 12th book. Not totally different, mind you, because they're still going to burn down the hotel, and it's still going to go to the same end result. But the way it's going to get there is going to be a little different. But because what I believe is going to happen is the children are going to try to convince everybody about Count Olaf being a real terrible person, and how instead of in the books they were actually going to have a hearing of if Count Olaf should be sentenced and go to jail. So, but that doesn't happen very much at all because everyone's blindfolded and they take away Justice Strauss and they, without anybody realizing. So I think they're going to make it a little longer, and to do that, you can't have them with the blindfolds, and also when you have them blindfolded, it's very weird on film. So they're going to do something different, and then they're probably going to also reveal a lot of the mysteries that David Handler is willing to reveal in this moment. I bet you anything. So maybe about Count Olaf's parents, how they died, and all that. Because Count Olaf is an orphan. His parents were killed. So, anywho. Here, they're in the Queequeg. I don't know what that really is for, because I haven't seen the show yet, really. Here is the triplet. They're all supposed to be wearing masks, but I think this one is only going to wear a mask because to hide the identity of who that character is, which is the triplet of the Quagmires. In the Slippery Slope 2 episodes. Sunny being cute with her little bowl cut. I believe this is when they look down all the way from the top of the hotel and they see the fire billowing up as it's about to crumble down. This is Dewey, and of course Dewey does die by a harpoon shot, and he does fall into the pond of the front of the hotel's pond. So that's that shot of that. That kind of reminds me of BioShock too, if anybody thinks of that. Anyway. Here's the two menacing people holding out their little swords, threatening. Here's Count Olaf holding the harpoon gun, and obviously Dewey's behind the Baudelaires. They're going to stand in front of him and try to stop him. Of course, it doesn't happen. Now, in the books, what happens is they're about to stop him, but then Mr. Poe comes in, and it scares Count Olaf. He drops it, and the harpoon gun triggers on the floor, and it kills Dewey. So, it really wasn't anybody's fault, but yeah. Okay, here we go. This is going to be Mr. Poe and Kit. They're going to be together in some way or form. I don't know how, but because that's new material in the TV show, and I can't wait for that. Maybe she's going to reveal some of the actual secrets of VFD to him, or maybe he does know about VFD, and they're going to be talking about it, and we're going to learn some interesting things about Mr. Poe that we never knew before. All right. This is Esme Squalor, and this is in the past when Beatrice and Lemony, in fact, did steal the sugar bowl from Esme. This is the scene. There's Beatrice and there's Lemony, and there's a sugar bowl, and we're going to see that moment on screen, and I'm super pumped for that. Because right when I saw her, like, scream down to the children in the elevator shaft, how Beatrice stole that sugar bowl and everything, and like the hate and anger in her voice and eyes, I'm like, I cannot wait for this scene. Oh my goodness. Here's when they fashion, well, Violet fashions a way to get down the hotel without dying because of the fire. And it's basically like a parachuted boat that will go down into the water, and that's how they end up to go into the 13th book. And Count Olaf is holding the Medusoid mycelium with him. I don't know what those things are. It's whatever. And then, of course, you want to know what happens next. What happens next? Really clever way of editing what happens next. Which is Count Olaf, Klaus, Violet, and Sunny. There's this horrible storm in the ocean that brings them to the island, where they wear these white robes and meet this man named Ishmael, which is this guy with the white beard, and he is the island's facilitator. And it's kind of like a it's not democracy. I'm sorry, I can't even think of words. It's 8:20 and I've been up all night. Yeah, so dictatorship, that's what I was looking for. So it's very much of a dictatorship on this island, but he's still nice about it and everything, so he's like, I won't force you, but you probably should do it because of the good of the people. And that's how he gets his way. Now, I'm not going to discuss anything about the 13th book because you don't see it here, so I'm not going to discuss it in any form of way. If you want to know what really happens at the very end of the show, then watch the damn show. Now, this is amazing. Okay. When he says, Violet, Klaus, and Sunny Baudelaire, my name is Lemony Snicket, this has never happened in the books. Ever. He has never once faced them. So, if this is true, they're doing something completely different. Which I'm all for if they do it right. Obviously they will, because it's David Handler who's there helping the project along. And they are being a lot nicer than what they did in Hollywood when they made the Series Fortune Events movie. So, obviously he's there at the Hotel Dumont and everything. I don't believe this is in the past. This can't be a dream, because the Baudelaires really don't know about Lemony. I think this is legit. I honestly think he's going to the Baudelaires and introducing himself, which mind blows me. So anyway, that happens. We get our little title card screen here that we have always seen, and there's the blood of Dewey. So this is where he's probably put in until the courtroom scene happens. And little comic relief here. And that's really it for this trailer. Thank you all so much for watching this spoiled, like major spoiled trailer thing. Please do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Do not also forget to smash that like button, and also do not forget to hit the notification bell, because I make videos every single day. Well, almost. I try to. I really do. I stream every day, but the video parts is kind of hard. But anyway, doesn't matter. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Peace, love, everything, whatever it is.